Morning, everybody. Hey, just imagine, if you will, for a moment, you live in a country where you're poor if you're not driving a Lamborghini, Ferrari, or a Lotus or something like that, or if you ride a motorcycle. You got a whole fleet of freaking motorcycles, right? You live in a mansion, very oil rich nation. All your buddies are oil rich nations, and you just got a lot of freaking money, but it's a normal thing to have a lot of money, you know what I mean? And the people that run your country are so freaking rich because they get money all the time from people who live in countries like we live in. Just imagine if you live in a place like that. But then the region of the world that you live in is just full of extremism, where they chop people's heads off in public squares for violating religious laws, where they crucify children, where they publicly whip women for violating religious laws. But you live in this country and it's very, very wealthy. And if you know anything about human nature, very wealthy people consistently have people that are not so wealthy asking them for money to help support their cause. So this morning we're seeing news about the people in Qatar, their country, being cut off by Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and United Arab Emirates, right? Now, all these countries that are cutting them off, I believe it's in response to Donald Trump going over there and having a meeting with, with all them Muslim majority country leaders. He went over there and had a meeting with. He just recently went over there and made a big deal with Saudi Arabia. Sold them a whole bunch of stuff, claiming he made billions for America. He may possibly did, but it ain't coming overnight, man. That's going to be years and years in the making. But it will be beneficial for both countries. And then people on Twitter are asking, why are we even allies with Saudi Arabia? Because, they're state sponsors of terrorism too, So my question is, I believe that this whole thing is really just in response to Trump and a political move, and I don't believe anybody's going to go over there and start bombing the crap out of Qatar. They'll probably see some economic sanctions and this and that, and flights stopped coming out of there and all that kind of stuff, And all that's going to do is due to Qatar's, make them want to fund more terrorism. And I believe, it's just a politically motivated move, and we'll just have to see how it plays out. But I'm sure that Qatar is feeling like, hey man, some of my best buddies are cutting me off, and now I don't understand why, so we're just gonna have to go over there and kick their ass. There's gonna be some repercussions from this, I guarantee it, but not directly linked to the Qatar leadership, of course, because that's how they do it over there. They pay people under the table to go over there and do their dirty work while they're driving around in a freaking $275,000 car, living in a $40 million mansion, eating steaks worth, I don't know, $500 a piece or whatever, however the hell they live. They live like royalty over there and make Americans look like very poor people. But anyway, that's the story with that, and that's what's happening over there. And we're just going to have to see how that plays out. So anyway, my name is Johnny Jetrod, reporting for you from Populist News. If you want to go ahead and support my channel, go ahead and check out the Patreon, PayPal, links in the description below. Thank you, America.